In this film, I'm going to do an unboxing of a Shardor coffee grinder, which I've actually not bought to grind coffee. I've bought it because it's a multifunctional grinder and I'm actually going to use it to grind herbs. So the first herbs I'm going to test it on are what's in here. So let me open this up. Delightful smell. Let me show you what I've got. Now, can you guess what that is? So you know when you cut it into an onion, you take off the outer dry brown layers or red layers if it's a red onion, and then you take sometimes the first layer of fleshy skin off because it's not as nice as the rest of the onion skin underneath. That's what I've got in here. These have been dehydrated in my dehydrator, and I've tried to chop them down into a powder because you can make onion powder from this, which tastes extremely oniony. It's really good for flavouring stews and things like that. But in my blender, I can't get them down into a powder. I need it as a powder. They're too fibrous like this. So if I just show you this. So I'm hoping that this Shardor grinder, which advertises it can make powders, will make a powder for me. So I bought this from Amazon. It was $29.99. It said it was down from 40 something. I'm not quite sure if I believe that or not. It's arrived like this. I haven't opened it at all. It looks like it's already been opened or it's been bashed a little bit. So I'm hoping it's all right. I've literally not opened the box at all. I'm hoping it's not a return. It's still got the thing on the plug, so that's an encouraging sign. So I'll just show you the box as I open it. Get all this out. There's the grinder inside. And just while I'm reviewing the grinder, if you were looking for a review of that other grinder, this isn't that kind of channel. So that's there. And I'm going in here. I've got some instructions and bits and bobs there, and a little scoopy thing and a little brushy thing, so that's probably going to come in handy. Right, the box is now empty, so we can put that to one side. So let's take the top off. So this is the top bit, I think, yep. And got various bits and bobs here. So that's got 4 spinny things. And this one's got 2 spinny things. Now, it advertises that it does powders and it can make various different constituencies, and for the finer powders, it shows on the demo video online using this one. I wonder if that comes out, yeah. So this one's for coffee beans, apparently. And this one is for herbs. So I'm going to slot this into here. It just sort of twists in, and that holds it in place nicely. I'm just going to have a quick look at the instructions before I go any further. So I'm just going to briefly go through these. So safety information, specification, parts identification, operating instructions, cleaning instructions, and warranty. Just a 6-page booklet, nice and easy. So important safeguards. Read all the instructions carefully. The usual electrical warnings. Don't stick your fingers in there when it's in operation and all that jazz. Read that before you start using it. So it's a Shardor CG628UK. It runs at 200 watts, 220 to 240 volts, dimension 125 by 125 by 297 mil, colour black. Okay, so in terms of the parts, this is number 1 and number 5. I'm a bit confused why it's both. I can't, I mean, it might come apart. I don't want to break anything, but it's labelled as the seal ring and the lid. I can see it's the lid, but yeah, it seals, so maybe so. This cup with 2 blades in, this one here, is referred to as 2 and 3, which is the across blade because it goes across, and the grinder cup, okay? This cup, just here, is labelled as number 6 and number 7, which is the cross blade. You can see it's a cross shape. And the chopper cup. Ooh, a grinder cup and a chopper cup. There's some right wording to this. And then the body is just called the body. And yeah, that's it. So fairly straightforward in terms of that. So okay, place the lid on the cup, make sure it's plugged in. Let's go for it. Now it looks clean to me, and yeah, you're supposed to clean it out on your first use. I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to get this wet because I'm putting dehydrated onion in there and it's going to rehydrate and stick to the edge. It's going to be messy. So I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. So I'll get my onion inside there. So that's what it currently looks like. I'm just going to turn it off at the power source before I go any further. I have got it turned on because I don't want it to just suddenly start up and go woof and go everywhere. And then looking at this shape just here, I can see that that must go down there like that. And I believe all you do is just push it down for it to work. Let's turn it on at the power source. Let's see what happens. Yep. Let's have a look. That wasn't 30 seconds. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting down to powder, and you've got that powdery smoke coming out from it. Yeah, I can see that this is going to work in cooking. Okay, I want to break it down a bit further. So I'm going to do it a couple more times, then I'll come back to you. Well, my kitchen smells wonderfully oniony. I'm just going to get this off. Okay, that I would say is powder. That has done a good job. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that actually. So I've got an empty herb jar just here and a funnel, and I'm just going to pour that in. It really smells great. It smells like barbecued onion. Get my lid on. And that's easily going to come out of that as a pourer. That looks pretty sweet actually, doesn't it? I'm very pleased with that. So yeah, don't throw your onion skins away, kids, because you can use them. Now I don't throw an awful lot of food away from the kitchen. I try and reuse what I can, even banana skins, believe it or not. And that's nothing to do with this film. But yeah, I save them as well, chop them up finely, and I put them in the bread that I make. You don't know they're there, you can't taste them, but you're getting all the vitamins and minerals and potassium, etc. that's in that skin in your bread. Right, okay, I'm going to find some coffee beans or something to simulate coffee beans, and we'll try the other cup out. Okay, so just to point out, you do actually get some mess inside it afterwards, so that needs to be cleaned out first. And I'm going to have to wash this before I chop anything else. Right, I don't have any coffee beans, but what I have got in lieu of coffee beans is some nuts, mixed nuts just there. So I've put them in instead. They will serve the same purpose as the beans. This is in the cup which has got the single blade, or the cross blade as it was called, in the grinder cup. So once again, lid on, and then you just hold it down. And yeah, it hasn't completely got the ones in the middle, but I think overall it's getting there. I just have to give it a little shake around. It seems to be a bit damp in there, and I think that's because the nuts have got a caramelised coating on them, and also the top of this is probably not dried out fully. Just give it a bit more of a whirl. Yeah, it definitely hasn't done those ones in the very bottom, but you can see the ones it has, and I'm just going to turn it off at the power socket so it can't actually do anything, but you can see these ones here haven't actually broken up, but that could be, this feels quite damp actually, it's quite a mass. So I'm actually going to put this in some bread in a second. But yeah, I think overall, I think it'd be fine, but definitely the cross blade was great, the other one. So as a herb grinder, which is what I've bought it for, I'm quite happy. I think with normal coffee beans in there and not those caramelised nuts, I think it would have handled them quite okay. So my verdict is, for $29.99, this Shardor grinder from Amazon is decent and it's worth a purchase. Right, hope you enjoyed the film, folks. Catch you on the next one. P.S. Don't throw those onion skins away. The film that you've just watched is a Moss Home and Garden production. You can find more by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. I'd just like to say thank you very much for supporting my YouTube channel and for watching my films. It really is very much appreciated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to receive future updates about the home and garden films which I upload. You can find my YouTube channel by going to www.mosshomeandgarden.co.uk. Please click on the red subscribe button. When you've done that, a little bell will appear. If you press that also, then you'll get future updates about the films which I upload. If you like my films, if you like my style of filming, then you might also like my travel channel, which you will find by going to youtube.com/Stuart Moss or type in www.mosstravel.tv. Again, if you could subscribe to that channel, it would be hugely appreciated. If you'd like to get Moss Home and Garden updates on Facebook, then please open Facebook and do a search for Moss Home and Garden, and you will find the page. If you like the page, then you will get future updates on there. And if you'd like to connect on Instagram for home, garden and travel photography, as well as some stories, then my username is StuMoss, STUMOSS. If you'd like to connect on Twitter, then my username is @StuartMoss. And if you'd like to contact me about film usage or any other issue, please just email me on stewmosshomegarden@gmail.com. Once again, thank you very much for supporting my channel, for watching my films. I do appreciate it. I'd just like you all to have a great day.